In this Bondi Vet rescue special,
I hear you've got a job for me.
I certainly have.
Scott joins a massive emergency effort to save an injured seal.
I can't wait to get that out of your mouth.
It's all systems go now, Chris.
Chris goes on an underwater mission to try to remove a fishhook from an endangered shark.
It swallowed it down so far, but the hook has actually gone into its digestive system.
It'll be down in the esophagus.
Someone's been neglecting you.
And Lisa is shocked by the state of a little dog left for dead at the pound.
To think of her in the pound all by herself just breaks my heart.
You make my world a better place.
Come on, there's your girl.
I can depend on you.
Hi, Alan. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much indeed.
I hear you've got a job for me.
In London, Scott's taking a call from his good friend Alan from the organisation British Divers Marine Life Rescue.
We've got a seal in Teddington Lock, and it has a horrible, great big hook in its top lip with a big fishing lure on it, and it's not able to eat very well, so we're worried that he's going to lose weight. So what we're going to do is try and get him out of there, hopefully tomorrow. And if you come down and actually try and get the hook out, that would really help us.
I've known Alan for many years now, and he really is an amazing guy. He set up the incredible British Divers Marine Life Rescue many years ago to help with injured sea life. And he has called me out all over the place. He's called me out in Cornwall and also to Norfolk. But this time round, it's just around the corner, only about a mile away from the practices. This rescue is in the River Thames.
You see that?
Oh, I see. And there's the lure right there. Wow.
I think it's in the top lip, so...
I really hope so. I've seen this in dogs, and as we both know, they're kind of like the dogs of the ocean in their anatomy. And what I'm thinking with that is seeing it is we almost need to try and chock something in between its molars to keep its mouth open for me to be able to lift that front muzzle back, and hopefully it is going to be just in the lip, because if it's in the hard palate, that's going to be a little bit more challenging.
That's going to be difficult.
Next day, a dozen volunteers are gathering at Teddington Lock on the River Thames, where the seal has been corralled.
It's pretty heartbreaking to see this seal in the lock. It's only been in the area about a week, and literally on its first or second day here, it's got this hook stuck in its mouth, which if left will probably cause its end. It will struggle to be able to eat. Eventually that will lead to starvation and death. So it's incredibly important that we remove this fish hook. Oh, hello. I can't wait to get that out of your mouth. Hey? I'm feeling a lot of mixed emotions right now. Obviously very excited as a vet to get my hands on my patient and just to see what kind of damage those hooks have done to this beautiful seal's mouth. But at the same time, I am quite nervous about the seal's mouth because they can lash out when they're nervous, they can bite really hard, they've got a lot of nasty bacteria in their mouth, and those infections can lead to a worst case scenario of an amputation of a limb.
But before Scott can extract the fishhook, the seal must first be captured.
So should we get the net out so we can line it up a bit?
No easy task in a lock that's 30 metres long. The plan is to sink a massive net into the lock and encourage the seal to swim towards it.
So that's going to go down one. That's going to go down one side of the wall.
Adding to the complexity of the operation, London is battling a severe COVID-19 outbreak, so the rescuers must remain vigilant around the virus as well.
So phase one is getting the net in the water, which we've managed to achieve, but our prey is elusive, is just swimming around over there, having a lovely time, but staying very much away from the net. So phase two is getting the boats in the water and trying to encourage the seal to go over the net. This is a terrifying moment for the seal. It doesn't know that we're trying to help it, and it really is fighting for its life. Okay, lift it up. Yep. There's been occasions where the rescuers have tried to rescue animals like this and they've died because of stress. Today I really do need to be prepared for anything.
All right, coming up.
That's it. It's all right. Yeah, well, actually, I think that it's already pulled out. That's it. Let's have a look. Has anyone got a towel? Okay, baby. Yeah, I know you're grumpy. Good girl.
Just get that over its eyes. That's it. One and same again. Yep, that's perfect. Well done. Thank you. I think unbelievably, the net has actually done my work for me. In that it was present in the muzzle just here. But as
in the lip then, not in the gut.
yeah, so definitely in the lip.
The palate.
So what I'm going to try and do is just get this in between the teeth. Okay, so if you can just do a little bit of a release.
We then used the very technical bit of hose to shove in his mouth so I could check his hard palate at the top of his mouth.
There we go. That's it. Well done. Okay, bite on that. Get angry on that. There we go. Well done. So now I can just see, yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so hard palate's perfectly fine, Alan. Yeah. So we're all good there.
Fantastic.
We've got quite a bit of swelling here. You can see the disparity between the two sides. So
I guess you'd expect that, really.
absolutely. If I had a fish hook in my face for a few days, I think that'd be pretty swollen.
And the great news is that although very swollen, there wasn't any other major damage beyond that. All of his teeth are healthy, there was no damage to the gums, and there's certainly no suggestion here that this seal won't make a full recovery.
After a shot of antibiotics, the seal is ready to be transported to a release site near a seal colony downriver.
Ready? Get on that door. Someone on the door? Yeah.
Very beautiful. Yes, you are.
But before the young seal heads off on the next leg of his journey, there's one more surprise.
We've just traced the tag and he's come all the way from Holland.
Well, that's confusing, there's no clogs.
So it's a male harbour seal called Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury was admitted as a pup in Peterborough and released last August.
It's amazing.
They travel around quite a lot.
From Holland to Teddington. Wow. I love the fact that he's got a British name of a British icon and he decided to return to the UK. I think they went pretty well, Alan.
I'm delighted, actually. It takes a little bit of organising and everybody came from all over the country, but as you saw, it either takes 5 minutes or it can take 5 days, so we're really pleased that it went so quickly. So the right thing to do is to take him down to the estuary now. We'll take him down to Sheppey and we'll release him in the Thames estuary, and he's then got a choice. There's a colony there, so he can either join the colony or he can go back to Holland. So we're really pleased.
Been a very good day. The sun's shining. We've got a lot of happy people here who have given up their Saturday, travelled a huge way to rescue a seal. And some people might go, you know what, it's just a seal. But these creatures deserve our respect, deserve to live and be healthy. So it's just great to have been a part of rescuing him, and now he's going to go off and enjoy a wonderful life.
Now, I've treated some difficult patients in some difficult locations, but this might just top all of those. The open ocean and a shark, but today could be life-saving.
Chris is in the Sydney suburb of Manly. He's meeting up with Dr. Rob Jones and a team of specialist divers from Sea Life Sanctuary.
Alright, so we're just about ready to go.
They're about to attempt a groundbreaking grey nurse shark rescue mission.
Rob? Chris, how are you?
Good to see you. Obviously didn't get the memo about the dress code.
No, but this is how we dress to save sharks, basically.
No, this could be quite the day.
Oh, look, really hopeful. Like, this could be just wonderful. I mean, these sharks are critically endangered.
We know there's one out there with a hook in it. We've just got to get out there, hope we can find it, get it up, get the hooks out.
Not going to be easy though.
Not going to be easy, but...
Look at my gear, you got yours?
We're good to go.
Let's get out there.
Okay.
The aim of today's unusual rescue is to try and save a young female shark which could be in serious trouble.
These sharks are classified as being critically endangered. There's only around 1,500 maximum along the east coast of Australia. These sharks are quite young in this colony where we're going into today, so they're essentially the future of the entire species.
Recreational divers spotted the distressed shark entangled in fishing line and with a hook in its mouth at Magic Point, a few hundred metres offshore.
Now imagine these hooks, if they've been in there for a while, they're not going to be easy to get out.
No, some of them are pretty deeply embedded, and whether we'll be able to get the whole hook out or not, or just actually cut it off at the base of the jaw, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. But we're on the clock, aren't we, once that shark comes out?
Once that shark hits the deck, 10 minutes is about the ceiling. I really don't like keeping them up for any longer than that.
Okay. But I guess the biggest challenge initially is first of all finding the shark.
Yep.
And then actually catching it, really.
Yeah, they're down in 16, 17 metres of water, so it's a pretty big task.
It will be a risky operation to try to save this injured and critically endangered grey nurse shark.
What we're trying to attempt today is essentially a world-first technique. I mean, we're going into a shark's habitat, trying to corral it, catch it, bring it to the surface and remove something that could ultimately threaten its life. So it's ambitious, it's risky, but we've got a good team today, so we're every chance. All right, this is the spot. It's called Magic Point. Time to get the wetty on and get under there. There are a couple of really important stages in this whole process. First of all, I'm going to go down with the other team and try to find the shark that has the hook. The capture team is going to move in with what is essentially a large sock. On the base of the sock, there's a stretcher. If they can herd her into the sock, then I'll close it over the top of her and bring it to the surface.
It's all systems go now, Chris.
It is.
Get down and bring up that shark.
In order to help this shark, first of all, we have to find her. So I'm heading down into the cave where she normally resides, and hopefully we'll spot her there.
But as soon as they get to the cave, there's a problem.
You look in there, and there are 6 sharks looking back at you. And these sharks are all of a pretty similar size, so we have to try to find the shark that has the hook. It's going to be tricky.
While Chris and the team are trying to find their patient, on deck, Rob is making sure everything is prepared for the shark's arrival.
We really want to try and have the sharks on the deck for probably under 10 minutes, so we do want to move and work pretty quickly. The sooner we can get it back into its own environment, the better.
The team is struggling to find the injured shark when suddenly one of the divers spots fishing line coming out of a shark's gills.
Now that we have a confirmed sighting, the capture team is now going to move in and bring it to the surface.
They have to work fast while ensuring their patient doesn't become stressed.
It'll be show time. Fire up this oxygen. Yep. Okay.
With the shark now on the surface, the pressure to find the hook is on, but it won't be easy.
This shark is a female. She's more than 1.5 metres long. She's at that age now where she's setting herself up for hopefully a long breeding future. But this fishing hook and this fishing line could prevent all of that.
Chris, you want to grab that pole? Just see.
I'm all too aware of the fact that we're on a strict time limit here. We only have 10 minutes with this shark out of the water. We've got to get moving.
The team can already see the fishing wire coming out of the gills. Now they have to find the hook.
Yeah, I can see some lines. Some line at the base of that tongue there. It's looking pretty deep, isn't it? Yeah. So the hook's gone in.
Yeah.
It's swallowed it down so far that the hook has actually gone into its digestive system.
Yeah, it'll be down in the esophagus.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we can't get the hook out, but it's too far down, and we don't have endoscope or anything like that, so we're just going to have to accept that's what it is.
Yep.
Hope it's one of those hooks that will rust out.
Okay. Whilst we'd obviously love to be going inside her and removing that hook, it would only put her life in more danger. So really, we have to cut the line at the level of the gills and give her some antibiotics and multivitamins. With some time, that hook should corrode and actually pass through a system quite naturally. Needle coming out.
Righto. Beautiful.
Coming up 8 minutes, Rob.
Thanks, Dave.
For this shark, really, we've done what we can. And given her body condition isn't too bad at the moment, she's a really good chance of mounting a really strong recovery. Now it's time to get her back in the water.
Okay. Up and out. She's out of the water, so we need to move fast.
After all the mayhem of the last 9 minutes, she actually goes into the water quite gracefully. She's just gently caressed into the water and then swims off.
She's off. Very strong.
Yeah. And we managed to buy her some time.
She's going to have a much better chance now than she did half an hour ago.
Exactly.
No question at all.
Yeah.
Look, we're happy because this shark has now got a chance that it wouldn't have had before we did this today, and the whole procedure's gone smoothly. Everyone that we can get up, dehook, has the potential to be a future breeding adult in this population. So pretty happy with the way it's gone.
Good girl. Oh, you poor old sausage.
Bedraggled little pup Apple has been brought into the Bondi Referral Hospital SASH by Denise from the animal rescue group Paws.
Good girl, Apple. She's been in the pound for 2 weeks and nobody came forward for her, so we rescued her. She's not doing too well. She's got a very nasty head shake.
Oh, sausage. It's stinky.
When Denise picked up the little stray, she was shocked by her dreadful condition.
Her ear is all matted together. I can feel under her tummy. She has burrs in her tummy. She's very smelly, but she's a very sweet little dog. Her little tail wags all the time. She's happy.
Hello again.
Hi, Lisa.
How are you going? It's
Good,
been a
how
while.
are you?
Good. You brought me another little friend.
Yes.
Hello.
Isn't she sweet?
Denise is hoping emergency vet Dr. Lisa Chimes can get to the bottom of the little Maltese Shih Tzu's disturbing head shaking.
All right, we'll bring her through. Let's take a look at her. What Denise does is truly incredible. She takes dogs like Apple from death row at the pound. I just hope that from my physical exam and some questions with Denise, we can find out what's going on.
Okay, she's microchipped, but whoever owned her hasn't claimed her, so probably didn't want her because she does have something going on.
Okay, I can see there that head's having a little bit of a bob, bit of a shake. Hey, Apple, 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 come over here, darling. Let's have a look at you. Oh, it's really bobbing around there, isn't it? Apart from Apple's obvious dishevelled condition, when I look at her, I can see that she's got a condition that's causing her to shake and bob her head all the time. Someone's been neglecting you. It's interesting because it looks like she's had a haircut, but parts of her are so matted and unkept. So someone has done something for her, but
it's weird.
It's weird. It's very weird. Such a sweet little dog. I can't really understand why anyone would give her up.
It happens, Lisa, all the time.
Makes me very upset.
Yeah.
I can't understand how anyone would give up such a gorgeous, friendly, sweet little dog. She's absolutely delightful, and to think of her in the pound all by herself just breaks my heart. I will get you through this. So Denise, I would like to run some tests on her because we obviously don't know where she's come from, so it would be great to run a full panel of blood tests and make sure she hasn't got any internal problems. I don't have a history on Apple and my physical exam can only go so far, so doing a blood test is the next reasonable thing to try and work out if she's got anything going on inside. Hey Krista, this is little Apple and Denise.
Hi Krista.
So we're just gonna get some blood off her.
The bottom line for Apple is she must get better, completely better, so that we can put her up for adoption and find her a home.
All right, little one.
Lisa wants to make sure Apple's kidneys, liver and other organs are all working normally before she starts treating the head shaking.
Good girl, you're so brave, huh?
Girl.
All right, so we'll just run some tests on these. If everything's normal, then we can start treatment for this shaking problem she's got. I just hope that we don't find anything really serious on these. You know, she could have anything.
Yeah, we'll just say our usual prayers, Lisa.
Okay, I'll be back in a sec.
Okay.
Apart from Apple's coat malnourishment and shaking, she actually seems like she's in pretty good condition. I can't understand why anyone would have dumped her, and hopefully these blood tests will come back all clear.
Isn't she
Gorgeous,
cute?
isn't she?
She is. She will be available for adoption, you know.
Great.
She'd like to go with a vet nurse.
Would she?
Yeah, she would.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, and Miss Apple, everything's good. All clear. All right, so she's got no sign of any internal diseases. Her blood tests are completely normal, so I'm really, really happy with that. So now we can focus on this shaking problem she has. One of the obvious things Apple has is what we call an intention tremor. So it basically means when she has the intent to do something, when she performs an action, that's when her tremor is worse. And for me, that is a classic sign of a syndrome called shaker disease. So we don't actually know why it happens, but for some reason these young dogs get inflammation in that part of the brain that controls their coordination, and as a result, they have these tremors and the shakes. Fortunately, the treatment for shaker disease is pretty simple. It involves treating her with cortisone to try and control that inflammation in the cerebellum, the part of the brain that controls her coordination.
Lisa also wants little Apple to get an immediate dose of TLC.
I think this little princess needs a clip and bath, and she'll be feeling a lot better.
Good girl. Lucky girl.
She's a lucky girl.
Yeah.
Little Apple. Let's see how she goes with a bit of a groom.
Okay.
Apple's fur is in a really sorry state. It's matted, it's filled with burrs, urine, feces. She must be really uncomfortable, and I can't wait to get this coat off her. All right, let's do this. What's this noise, honey? All right, that's okay. Good girl, honey. We just get all this knotted hair off you. Her coat back here is just covered in urine, burrs, poo. Oh. Look, we're getting through it really quickly, darling. That's the way. Oh my God.
Good work, Lisa.
That is unbelievable. It's like an ear. As I move over Apple's ears, these huge mats come off that are practically the size of her ears. I just can't understand how anyone could let their dog get to this state.
She's being released.
Wow. That is just awesome. Nearly done.
I feel better, girl.
And that's it. Apple's feeling pretty good about herself, but I don't think she knows what's coming next. She is about to have a bath in a sink. Alright, honey. Have you ever had a bath before, Bubs? Probably not.
Her little head's really bobbing, Lisa.
I'm sure. There's a lot of screaming and wriggling as we're trying to bath Apple. I don't think this little dog has ever had a bath before. You're all done. Come back to Denise. There you go.
Good girl. Oh, that feels so much better.
So because all her blood tests are clear and otherwise she's pretty healthy, we're going to put her on some cortisone, and hopefully as that kicks in, the tremors will start to stop, and eventually she'll go into complete remission.
Once Apple's head tremor is cured, hopefully she can be adopted out.
I think Apple's a real fighter. She's got a real zest for life. She's put up with a lot today, coming out of the pound, having everybody examine her. You know, she deserves to find the best home. Yeah, I don't like it. Come on. Good girl.
It's been 3 months since little Apple began treatment for her debilitating shaker syndrome. And finally, there's some good news.
Apple is doing brilliantly. The head wobble has stopped, the medication has worked, and everything's great. So now Apple's ready for a new home. Come on, Apple. Look who's over here. You excited? Here she is, Sushma.
Hello.
Look.
Oh, good girl. How are you?
So Sushma, what do you think?
Oh, she looks really beautiful. We're not letting her go anywhere. We love giving dogs another chance at life, so we are going to adopt her and she stays with us forever.
Oh, you're a lovely girl.
Sushma and her family are just wonderful because to them, a dog is a family member. They include their dogs in everything. Any dog that goes to live with Sushma's family is a very lucky dog.
Good girl.
Apple's recovered, she's happy. We could not have asked for a better ending for Apple. It's great.
Bye, Apple.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Let's go home. Come on, Apple. Good girl.
Australian Reptile Park General Manager Tim Faulkner is answering an SOS.
I've had a call from a mate, Dan. He's about half an hour away from the reptile park up in the mountains, researching frogs. And he called me and said since it started raining a few nights ago, he's had some unexpected visitors. Exactly who those visitors are or what they are, he wouldn't tell me. I'm on my way up there now.
Tim is on his way to the Wattigan State Forest to meet up with evolutionary biologist Daniel O'Brien.
G'day, boys.
How you going, Tim?
Good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
Hey, g'day. Well, I'm intrigued. What's going on?
Oh, all this rain, it's brought out some creepy crawlies, your type of stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So you've been looking at your frogs?
Yep, last 4 months.
And some of my mates have turned up.
Yep, I don't want to touch them.
We talking 8 legs or no legs?
8 legs, mate.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
All right, well, where's the site?
Just up here, mate.
Yeah?
Daniel has been studying the breeding habits of the red-backed toadlet for the past 4 months.
So the frogs up here are so unique that the way they breed is pretty unknown to most scientists. So I'm up here to really understanding how these frogs are able to manage to breed successfully in such unpredictable environments.
But in the last few days, some very dangerous intruders have been caught up in Daniel's traps.
First trap?
First trap. So...
Hey, what's going on? The first thing I notice is you're not putting your hand in there.
There's no way I'm putting my hands in these traps.
I thought we were just looking at frogs.
Yeah, frogs, plus a million other things.
Look at that.
Mate, this is why you're here.
We checked the first trap, and it all makes sense. Now I know why he's got me here. Funnel web spiders are coming out now it's rain, and they're getting into his pitfall traps. Not exactly what you want to find when you're researching a toadlet. So you're looking at certainly Australia and possibly the world's deadliest spider.
Jesus.
Hey?
So when that funnel web rears up, you can clearly see how big its fangs are and almost see the venom just dripping off the end of them. So there's no doubt in my mind that if one of those was to latch onto your finger, it'd pump you full of venom.
Now I know why you're not putting your fingers in there.
There's no way.
Look at him.
That is a big boy.
It's understandable that Dan doesn't want to bump into funnel webs in his traps. They're Australia and arguably the world's deadliest spider. If he puts his hand in to grab out a toadlet and gets a nip from a funnel web, he's in real strife. If I can use one of your containers and some tongs, I might show you how to catch him safely without putting your fingers in there. I'll take whatever we catch today home, and please, if you get more, we want them.
Okay, you can keep them.
I'm really happy to see funnel webs here, and that's because the reptile park is the sole supplier of funnel web venom to make anti-venom. Anyone that gets bitten by a funnel web spider in Australia, their life is saved because of the spiders we milk at the reptile park. I find a honey pot like this, that's a good day. First, just put a little bit of moist earth. That's enough. And you should just be able to scoop him up without even flicking him.
Oh, yeah.
And then just keep your fingers away. Sometimes they get their legs on the outside. Put him down in there. One funnel web spider. You think we're going to get a few?
Oh, I reckon we can get a few after this rain.
Jeez, I hope so.
Every day I have to be out here sticking my hands in these buckets, possibly risking myself with these funnel web spiders. So if I can learn how to bottle these up and get them back to the reptile park, I'll probably save myself a bite or two.
Nobody home?
Nothing in that one.
Next one.
Continue on.
Anyone home?
All right, let's see what we get in this bucket.
We've got a frog and a spider.
Jeez.
We've got both in the same bucket. The first thing that comes to my mind is, have you ever seen a frog hurt from a spider?
Not once.
I think the funnel web venom, I know it's dangerous to humans and invertebrates. Maybe it doesn't affect the frog.
But in the same sense, those frogs have their own toxins that they secrete through their skin that makes them distasteful to predators, so...
An uneasy truce.
Yep, that's it.
I'll get the spider.
Yep, let's get him out of there.
You get your frog. That's another spider for me. I'm a happy boy.
Rightio, now I feel comfortable to put my hand in there.
Yeah. Put that in there. What do you got there?
So this is a little male, it looks like. So these ones have a unique ventral marking, so we can tell who's who.
Look at that.
Amazing, isn't it?
The redback toadlet's just beautiful, and I've never seen one before. It's obvious where they get their name from. But contrasting to that is that Dan flips it over and the pattern on the belly is black and white. And it's like a fingerprint. They're all unique and individual, and that's how he identifies each toadlet.
So we'll process now. Do you want to be scribed?
Yeah, love to.
Sweet.
3.3 grams.
We'll just get a measurement. And that's 33 millimetres. All right, that's good. So we'll release this one.
Okay. So just a scratch here's fine?
Yep, that's good.
With the frog safely released, there's one last trap for Tim to check.
Last trap.
Oh, one more, see what we get.
Oh, I can already see somewhere.
There he is.
You got another spider. Come on, buddy. Spider number 3.
Done and dusted.
Well, mate, they're precious to me. Fair income they are. And if you keep catching them now you know how, I'd come up here and pick them up day after day.
Well, I'm sure I can keep them coming.
Yeah, please. Very important for us.
No worries.
I'm happy. I've got 3 spiders. That's not bad for a morning's work. They'll come back with me now to the reptile park and they'll become a part of our venom program. See you, mate.
See you, Tim.
Come on, buddy. He is vicious. He's not going to have any trouble milking. As soon as I touch a leg or he hit that surface, boom, he's up, fangs showing. That's exactly what we want.
Back at the park, Tim is about to take on one of the most dangerous jobs, milking a funnel web spider.
The Australian Reptile Park is the sole supplier of funnel web venom. We keep up to 300 funnel webs at any one time, and that's because it can take up to 1,000 milkings to make 1 ampule of antivenom.
Today's contributor to the venom bank is one of the lethal spiders Tim took from the Wattigan State Forest.
Our little mate here today is a male funnel web spider, and although he is much smaller than females, he's 5 times more toxic, which makes him 5 times more dangerous. This is how we extract the venom. So this is a glass cylinder, and this pipe leads to a small vacuum. So what we actually do is when the spider rears up, there we go, there's venom on the end of the fang. There we go, now I've got it. It's only a small amount, but it all adds up. In that is the venom of 1,000 spiders, and we're now sending that off to the Commonwealth Serum Laboratories to be made into antivenom. So now, Dan's redback toadlet research program is helping our life-saving antivenom program. I'm glad he called.